Just make sure it's working. Cool. Yeah. All right. We good. Facebook, we had some issues, but we gonna do this thing a little different. We gonna
Am I
go
going live?
YouTube. Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
So if you just want your voice, I can do that. Hey, hey, what you got to say? KD Talk back on the radio today. This is a very, very, very much needed conversation in regards to cancer and fighting cancer with faith, fighting cancer with a good spirit, and a good mental attitude is one of the things that I hear and I noticed the people that actually, get through this thing. I personally just want to dedicate this show to my Aunt Wanda, my Aunt Karen, my Uncle Emmett, Uncle Aaron, who I lost all within like a few years of each other. In addition to that, my grandmother, not cancer, but definitely wanted to see if we can reach the masses, but in their honor, I have a few special guests in the studio who I know personally. Just met these individuals within a short time span, and it seemed like I've been knowing them for a while. So we're gonna let them introduce themselves first, and then I'll kind of talk about how we actually met. So ladies first, usually how we do it. So
All right.
let's do it.
My name is Julia Ferry. And is there anything else?
Absolutely. So, Julia, one of the things that we do, know thyself, know thy peeps, we usually have the person to identify their name. We try and teach each and every listener the meaning of their name. So, if you could just go ahead and share that, because that's a big thing for me. I'm into names.
So, funny that you said that. My father gave me in college what the meaning of my name is and the characteristics of my name. And so I have that placed on my refrigerator. So
Wow.
every time I walk past to go to the kitchen and cook, I see it right there.
Nice.
And so the root is Greek and is form of Julius. And the meaning is youthful and beautiful, of course.
Okay.
Majestic sees beyond the horizon. Personality is always watchful and protective, in which I am. Genuine, a friend in good times or bad. Style tackles challenges with great vigor. Ability zeroes in on objectives and attains it. Character has a great love for her country. And sentiment, one who is straight as an arrow. Physical, takes the safest and most direct course.
Got you. Man, and how do you live up to that name on a daily basis? Because that's a big name to live up to, I see.
Well, when you follow God and you have Him, the master of your life, everything falls in place.
Absolutely. That's great information. So hopefully someone is listening and they were able to identify with it. So as people listen, people learn through this KD Talk radio show. And Mr. Mitchell, you want to go ahead and state, the name and what it means?
Yes, my name is Mitchell Green, and Mitchell is derived from Michael, which is, the meaning of my name is God's gift, which is of God, and which man is like God, and some of the attributes that comes with that name is that I'm a man of integrity, a leader. I look out for individuals, and I try to live my life with that premise of to be like God, be as Christ-like as possible. It hasn't always been that way, but
Absolutely.
now, I do. And I run everything past God before I make that step.
Absolutely.
Because misstep, you're going to mess it up.
Right. I do think come before I call. You can always do it on your own, but he always gonna bring you back, and it's usually not a pretty sight when he gotta bring you back to do what he wants you to do in the first place. So definitely appreciate you sharing that. We about to dig into this show. So Julia, I remember, I think I just got a phone call or email about you guys wanting to partner with our company, Change Me. We help people out with suspended license, credit issues, uplifting and building people. And so, how did the contact actually work? How did that go?
Through my director
Okay.
at our agency, so I work for a housing authority, and she told me that she met you and the services that you provided. So therefore, I outreached to you to see if we could do a partnership as well as participate in our resource fair.
Absolutely. And it's amazing how God works. Like, who would have thought we would be sitting here right now talking about, uplifting and inspiring people to, live through this thing, this nasty disease of cancer, So it's a true testament that we're all here by divine order, and it's just great to see it happen right now. And Mr. Green, how did we meet?
I was doing some shopping in Myers, and I walked past Ken, and he thought, I think he thought I was a Lions player or something. I said,
Lomas Brown.
Lomas
I'm good
Brown.
friends with Lomas, and
Yeah.
I'm like, man, he looked like Lomas for a minute. Yeah.
I said, no. And that's when we introduced ourselves, and you explained to me what your business was. And I said, the Lord does work in mysterious ways.
Absolutely.
I sure needed you at that particular time, And I'm not sure, I think I did tell you that I was going through the prostate cancer treatment.
Yeah, 'cause I was like eavesdropping on your shopping cart. I
Yeah.
saw the healthy food. I'm like, man, I need to be on this. Yeah,
Yes, and it's been a blessing ever since,
absolutely. So he's actually one of our clients. We're actually going through the process of getting restored. And so once again, like anytime, I always talk about the importance of making connections with people. A lot of times, we get so caught up into prayer and God sending us certain things, but really he sends it through people. So anytime I'm within 5 feet of somebody, I introduce myself. I let them know exactly what it is I do. It may be some sort of connection that God was trying to bring together, but, if we walking around with a bad spirit, not speaking to people, you can wait another 2 or 3 years for God to send that next person. So I'm just glad that we were all obedient and able to, bring this broadcast, because people need to know about how to be preventive in regards to pre-testing, in regards to, eating properly and all the things that you can do in order to, get it ahead of the curve on this thing, cancer. All right, so let's just go ahead and get started. So we'll get started with Julia first. All right, so what were you like before the diagnosis? Like, what were the eating habits? What was the